sprinting up here.
Let's not go that far. Let's not go that far.
No, he was
eager to get on the show.
He walked fast. He was hauling butt up here.
I was hauling.
He was hauling. He was
hauling?
excited to come talk to us. Jonathan Gannon, head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. We'll have him on every Monday after Cardinal games, and we always appreciate that conversation. But he joined us during OTAs. He's joining us here at training camp. Yeah. Coach, it is great to see you, man.
Good to see you guys. Good to see you.
What do you think about him hiking Yosemite?
Unbelievable.
I mean, I'm proud of him. Aren't you proud of him?
I'm proud of you. I'm impressed. That's motivating.
Yeah, it was.
Can we have him do some wind sprints? Like, what do you think? You want to take him down and run through some drills?
Go get in one-on-ones. You'd be like a tight end. You'd go up against Buddha. Be a good match.
Buddha
would about that.
Maybe a guard. Buddha would decapitate me.
No.
Maybe a guard. He would tear my head off. He probably would.
You might have to protect yourself a little bit.
It was like, it's like one of those things where it's like the sense of accomplishment and the sense of, like, I'm so happy I did it. And I still can't believe it terrified me. But it was just like I was so happy I did it, but I would never do it again.
That's
I would never, ever do it again.
Experiences, man.
Yeah.
That's
I got to ask
you,
do I get a song this year?
Yeah. Are you guys going to be here tomorrow?
I got one for you.
Give it to me.
Mitch.
No, I play it. Oh, I think we already played this in.
I'm going CCR. I'm going CCR.
Yeah.
You know what? They'll like it. Remember the Titans.
Yeah. They'll know it.
Up around the bend.
Great song.
Are we good?
Yes.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Done.
Okay.
CCR.
There we go.
Finished.
Done.
There we go. That's my song for you.
Look at how easy I am.
I wanted some old school. I wanted to tie in football a little bit. So I went CCR because I love the song and I love the band. I love them. And these guys will remember it from the movie.
They will.
We're in.
I remember we had you on during OTAs, and we asked you about evolution and evolving and changing and kind of doing things different on the fly. You've decided that starters are going to play in the preseason. And I know you addressed this earlier in the week, but from your perspective, how does that reflect your evolution as a head coach and kind of deciding when and where is the right time to start doing things maybe a little differently than you've done in the past?
When you look back and we evaluate everything, each year, and we take a critical eye at everything, and talking to the players and talking to the coaches and seeing how training camp was set up this year, knowing that we just have the one joint practice, which is just the one-day practice.
Right.
I just felt it was needed. And so, that's where kind of my brain was. So we set it up like that with a couple plan B, plan C. That's, you start throwing out different scenarios. When we get to this week, what does the roster look like? Really, what does the health look like? And the development of our players, right? Mm-hmm. And it looks pretty good. Like the health and development is pretty good right now. And I just wanted them to get under the lights and play. And they were all juiced about it. They were excited when I told them, and the leadership committee and the captains and basically everyone kind of knew what I was thinking. But I always give myself a little bit of room to wiggle, because if we weren't as healthy as we are right now, or we're banged up, or certain things that I'm looking for, we might not have played them. But I just think it was the right thing to do for us this year, and they're excited about it.
So we debate this all the time, like how long will they play? Is it a quarter? I'm more of a rhythm guy. I think if you have a 10-play, 70-yard drive and the offense does great, you'll be okay, we're done. Mm-hmm. Instead of because 3 and out, okay, I want to bring you back on the field. Anything in your mind right now because there's a happy medium, right? I mean, you don't want to push them too much because you don't want to risk injury. You want to be healthy, but you also want to get into a rhythm. So what's the middle ground for you?
Yeah, I think it depends on what it looks like, honestly, Gambo. That's a great question. I think I got a couple things in my head, and I'll probably make that decision in game, but I don't want to see them play 3 plays. I know that. They're going to play a little bit more than that. So we'll see, how both sides do. And again, we're not game planning. We're not, we don't have our first 15 up. We don't, So it's more about us and how we operate. Are we playing with the right mode of play? Are we getting into our technique the right way? And I wanted to see them honestly play against some different people. You know what I mean? So I thought that would be good for us, all with the vision of and the goal of is to keep developing our guys and to put the best product we can out for week 1. So, and I know that's it's one variable, preseason 1, right? We got a long way to go, but I thought this was an important stepping stone to get them out and play.
I think I understand where you're going with this. You're healthy. You've got a healthy team. I could do this. Did you think that Buffalo game last year you guys could have won?
Yeah.
You could have won that football game. Do you think not playing the guys in preseason had any factor in that? Do you think
No.
Do you think in the offseason you thought about that game a little bit more as to why you may play him now?
Honestly, not really.
Okay.
If you think about the Buffalo game, we were up 17-3. So the defense came out and played well. The offense came out and played well. And then we got down, and then we came back. Had a chance to win it at the end. But, no, it's really just more about our team right now as we sit here today and what I feel is needed to keep progressing as we get closer to week 1.
Okay.
That's a fair question, though. That's a good question, because you can look at it. I say this, like head coaches talk all the time, and I really don't think there's a right or wrong answer to play him or not play him.
There's not.
And that both scenarios, whatever you choose to do, there's risk involved with both of them.
Of course.
And so you just got to kind of weigh those options. And I just think, like I said, I feel really good about it. The players feel really good about it. And I'm excited for them.
The last one on the preseason, I won't want to move on to so much more, but I'm just curious, have you formulated any kind of a plan for preseason game 2, or is it all predicated on how you come out of preseason game 1?
It's a little bit predicated, but I feel good about what we're doing 2 and 3. You know what I mean? But a little bit will be determined on what it looks like and our health too. So, but I feel good about that.
All my friends are coming out for Game 3 against the Raiders.
Yeah.
I got 8 friends from New York coming out, so you need to play everybody in that game.
You better have good
we're all
pizza
sitting
ready.
right there in that
Good
red
pizza
section
ready.
right over there. I got
seats.
Frankie Peach, I got Bobby Mack, I got
Good
Todd,
seats.
all my guys.
Good seats.
I got
Are
Carmine.
you feeding them?
Yeah, we take care of them. So
You
third
better
preseason
take care
game,
of them.
They're in that new club under there. They're in that that fancy new club area.
So they're all coming out.
Sweet.
All my old teammates.
I wouldn't mind to sit there for a game one time.
You're busy.
I'll
You're
switch with you
coaching.
if you want. I'll coach a little bit. That's the third preseason.
Challenge it.
You can exactly. What I saw Palmer make this incredible catch.
Yeah, it was a good catch.
And I'm looking at the 5th wide receiver spot, and you've got Weaver, who you guys like. You got Palmer, the Poaku kid has been. You got a
Sammy's
lot of.
playing well.
You got some tough decisions to make for the 5th wide receiver.
Yeah, we got.
Is that one of the big ones?
Yeah, but honestly, Gambo, there's tough decisions everywhere. I mean, that's just how it's going to be. When you have, I feel like our roster's in really good shape right now. Guys have made jumps. Guys have taken steps. It's going to be a tough task. But as Monty always says, and I truly believe this, there's time for that to sort out. And there's a reason. That's part of the reason for playing preseason 1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
We'll
keep evaluating. We'll keep evaluating every guy, but I'm very pleased with a lot of guys, the jump that they've made from last year moving into OTAs and now moving into here. Ultimately, though, let's see what happens under the lights when it's live real ball.
You spoke about a week and a half ago, Jonathan Gannon, our guest here on the Burns Gambo show, about putting the pads on and seeing a different type of player when they put the pads on. Has that, as you've had more padded practice and you've gone for that friction that you're looking for, has some of that separation that you're seeing, is it occurring because of guys just being different players when they've got the pads on?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely guys that show up on the tape when pads come on. And, it might be their skill set. It might be the media asked me about that the other day, and I said it's their brain. Certain guys, when you put pads on, they get to another level of focus and confidence, and they execute better, and they make more plays. And it's like, well, geez, why can't you do that without pads? Some guys need some pads on to do that. You know what I mean? But I feel like we've had the appropriate amount of development because we've had pads on where, the first couple days in pads – certain things aren't as clean as they need to be, and then you keep putting pads on and they get better and better and better. So that was really the reason for it. And I'm pleased where it's at. I'm gonna keep padding them up too.
You look like, just looking at on paper, it looks like the defensive depth is every position, right? Choices, options, things like that. Is that how it's playing out in real time as you're watching it? I mean, as you're seeing it, is it as deep as it looks on paper?
It is, and it's really a testament to the coaches and the players first, where they've improved their game. Where that's why I always tell them, control what you can control. Don't count numbers. Just keep improving as a player. That's this time right now is max development for you guys, right? And it'll sort out. But that's why we are going to have tough decisions, as to your point, Gambo, the 5th receiver, the D-line, the O-line, the DBs, linebackers, running backs, tight ends, whoever. The roster's in a good spot. We got a lot of good players, and guys have gotten a lot better, and that makes decisions tougher.
That Elijah Simmons, I don't think I've seen a bigger human being.
Big man.
I mean, then so you look at defensive line, the depth, everybody's playing well. Can a kid like that make the roster?
Yeah, absolutely. He can. P.J. Mustipher is playing really well right now. You know, there's a lot of guys making pushes.
What you've got the weapons defensively now between what Monty did in the draft and free agency. You've got more weapons than you had your first couple of years here. What were you prevented from doing defensively those first 2 years that you could do now? There's got to be something.
I don't think preventatively. I think we should do everything better. That's how I phrase it, Gambo.
Okay.
Like we did what we thought we needed to do to try to win the game with the people that we had. It's not going to look significantly different of what we do, right? I think it should be done better.
Is Isaiah Adams still
He's playing well.
Is he still the rock? Is he the rock star of the camp so far? I don't know exactly what phrasing you used a week ago.
He jumped off sides today in a 2-minute, gave up a 5-yard penalty. But,
I saw that.
He's playing well. He's done a really good job. You know, Fry and Cookie have done a really good job with all those guys, but that's Isaiah. You know, he had a good learning experience, however many games he started. He worked on his body, worked on what he needed to work on. OTAs, works on his technique, couple new things we're trying out with him. And moving into training camp, he's doing a hell of a job.
I can ask you about this because you had him in on Monday, and you're familiar with him in Will Hernandez. He was cleared. He seems ready to play. He wants to come back here. You guys seem to want him back. How do you feel like he could help?
Yeah, I mean, we got to see, if that's the route we go. You know, I haven't talked to Monty about it, but you're looking at his health first. Make sure he's healthy, and I know he's a good player. So, that's what it would be. If we can, bring him in and compete for his role. You know what I mean? But I feel really good about Will. Now, he's coming off an injury, and he hasn't played football in a while. But I know he puts everything into his craft, and it'd be good to have him.
Coach, it's always a pleasure, man. We appreciate
All right, CCR tomorrow.
That's it.
Up around the bend.
God, I was just getting warmed up.
No, I know you were,
but keep you. Kyla's over there if you want to.
Well, no, but Kyler's
He's with Cynthia Freeland.
Yeah, well, I know he is.
She's the projection lady, huh?
Yeah, we had her on
earlier. Yeah,
she's actually.
What did she? She actually. We did quarterback ratings in the NFC West. She had Kyler ahead of Purdy.
She thinks if you guys start 3-1, you'll be fine.
Yeah. I will ask. I am gonna push you here. All right.
Push me. Go ahead.
I'm just telling you what
Ask
she
a
said.
hard question.
I'm gonna ask this. What did you notice in go after the season was over and you go back and you evaluate game by game and pockets of games? This team's struggles after Thanksgiving are somewhat legendary, right? Kyler's eight wins in 25 games after Thanksgiving. Heck, did you notice anything? Is there anything about the end of the season that can change where you guys could be a little more competitive in these games and win these games?
I would say the first thing that jumps off my head is on defense, we didn't do a good enough job of taking the ball away. On offense, we didn't do a good enough job of protecting it.
Why do you think that is?
There's a couple reasons, but I think it's just, how we practice, what we're doing right now goes into that late in the year.
Okay.
And then just, on a day-to-day basis, making sure that we're on point with the ball. And it's a monotonous thing, but it's a winning stat, and you got to make sure that you have that in your favor, especially late in the year when you're playing good teams, to have a chance to win. And we didn't do a good enough job of that, flat out.
Coach, we'll talk to you the first Monday after week 1.
Can't wait.
All right?
Can't wait.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Jonathan Gannon, coach of the Arizona Cardinals, our guest on the Burns Gambo Show.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.